There we go. So,
Awesome.
welcome to the the February 2026 third Thursday webinar, Recovery with Nervous System Reset, with presenter Pamela Iris Brooks-Crump. Uh, so happy to have you all here. My name is Alvin Cotton. I'm the database coordinator for the Georgia Council for Recovery, but more importantly, I'm a person in long-term recovery myself. What that means to me is that it has been 24 years since I felt the need to take a drink to deal with my anxiety, my loneliness, my depression, my isolation, or my legal problems. I want recovery. I work for recovery to make sure that every time someone seeks recovery, a peer is across the table from them because we are the best help. So thank you all for doing that. So today, this training will offer a gentle reset for the nervous system by creating space for people to pause, breathe, and remember what it feels like to come back into their bodies without pressure or perfection. Pamela Iris will normalize the need for resets in recovery and in life, helping participants to see that needing a reset isn't a failure, it's wisdom, and that every nervous system needs care. She will also send you back into the world with a few simple reset tools. So I think this is going to be great. This will be interactive, so we ask for your engagement and participation. The housekeeping rules, please keep your microphone on mute, and I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone right now just to make sure that we're good with that. And Pamela, you can unmute.
Okay.
And I will mute you as needed if you become unmuted. Everyone who remains until the end of the training will get 1.5 CEUs. Anyone who shows up more than 15 minutes late or steps away for that long can certainly stay in the training, but you may not receive credit. The certificates will likely go out early next week, and you can search for the name Alvin in your inbox if you can't find the certificate. Please make sure that the name on your screen matches the name that you want on your certificate. And remember that the email you registered for the training with will be where I send your certificate to. And make sure the name on the screen, you can also include your pronouns on the screen if you want to make sure that we address you appropriately. All right, let's do a poll. Hang on just a second. Let's see who's here. Let me find that one. That one may be way down here. Hang on just a second. All right, I'm going to launch this one. And if y'all will respond to it, please. Who is here? Is it a CARES and a CPS, or are you aspiring to become a CARES? Are you a clinician, an ally, a CPSMH, forensic peer, or other? And we're happy to have everybody here. Thank you for being here. I see that we've already had 90 people out of 126 respond. That's good. Let's get it up there. Just a minute. Let me get my camera ready so I can take a picture. So we will know how this works. There we go. I am going to end the poll and let y'all see who's here. Can y'all see that? It says
Mm-hmm.
89% of y'all are cares, and that's on 94. There are 26% that are CPSMH. So really glad to have those people here, have a really good mixture. I see 17 forensic peers, and I think this is a good turnout. Thank you. All right, I'm going to stop sharing that and end the poll. All right, do y'all not see it anymore?
We don't see it anymore.
All right, there we go. All right, so today's presenter, Pamela Iris Brooks-Crump, is a person in long-term recovery with 28 years of recovery from substance misuse, traumas, and mental health challenges. She's been training in wellness for 30 years, where she has found that the foundation for sustainable self-care and thriving is being able to read and regulate the nervous system. That way, we can bounce back from toxic stress and overwhelm, enhance connections, and rock our frickin' lives. She is the founder and chief trainer of Monarch Transformation Trainings and offers virtual as well as in-person workshops, retreats, and community support meetings. She's a certified peer specialist both for addictive disease and mental health and is certified to teach trauma-informed care, the community resilience model, and Hatha yoga. She and her husband have been married for 38 years with three adult children, a son-in-law, and one precious granddaughter and brand new 2-month-old grandson. Oh, yay. She's an avid outdoors person, loves camping, hiking, boogie boarding, biking, and earthing. Her daily wellness includes a deep breathing meditation practice and swears by an outdoor cold shower year round. Thank you, Pamela Iris Brooks-Crump, for being here.
Al, can you put your volume up any, or are you all the way
Is it
up?
still not working right?
It's, I can hear you, but it's not loud.
It's
Okay.
it sounds pretty good to me.
It does. Okay, so we're good. I can hear you too. I can
Okay.
hear you, but it's just, and mine's all the way up. So
Yeah.
Okay.
welcome everybody. There's just a little bit of an update on that. That was when we applied to do this training. My grandson is 8 months old now, and he weighs 20 pounds, and he's just precious. And I'm actually going in March and for 10 days, and it is just it's why I do this work, not just for them, but they're a great reason, because when we do our inner work and we regulate, we show up and we lift the communities, our families, our workspaces. And that's what we're here to do today, is to integrate for impact. This is not at all about learning facts. This is about integration, and the power of self-regulation is phenomenal if we integrate it. If we integrate it. And so I just want you to know that what I bring with Monarch Transformation Trainings is trauma-informed nervous system education to to bring the culture of care to a place where we are connecting, we are enjoying, we are thriving. We want to change the culture, so that the culture of care and the service that we give and we bring to others has an incredible impact on their lives and ours. And so that's what we're doing here today. And I have based this on certifying and training 1,500 CPSs like you. And so this is a training that I hope that will be something that you can take back immediately. And it's not going to be something that this is not a one and done. This is not a one and done. Self-regulation in the nervous system is not a one and done. So I welcome you to this training, and welcome you to be totally present. And we're going to start with a little, just getting right here and right now. All right, so I'd like you to take a moment before we begin. Let's arrive here. Feet on the floor. Feel your back supported. No one needs to perform right now. Just arrive. Notice your breathing. No need to change it. Just notice. If your mind is still in the drive here, or in the meeting before this, or what's coming next, that's normal. Just gently bring it back. Now take one steady breath in and a slightly longer breath out. Let your eyes slowly look around your room. Not searching, just noticing. Notice colors, shapes, light. This helps your nervous system register safety. And as we begin today, remember, regulation precedes reflection. We'll practice that together. Poll number 1. Right now, we want you to do this poll. When I leave my zone at work, I tend to you know what, Al, that is not the right question. So we're gonna, will you take that poll down?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I launch the wrong one?
I don't
I think
know.
I might have.
Yeah, let's see.
This may be the right one. Hang on just a second.
Yeah,
I apologize.
no worries.
Hang on just a second. Let me close
Yeah.
this and start over. Hang on just a
Okay.
second. Uh, Looks like I need to end that other one first. Are y'all still seeing it?
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
That's all right. We can just all take just a moment to breathe.
All right, so there we go. Here is the correct question.
There you go.
Where'd it go?
It
It
disappeared.
disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know where.
It's showing, oh, let me share. It's wanting me to share it. Let me try it again. Hang on.
Okay. Right
I'm
now, my
sorry,
nervous
Pam.
system is.
Still not showing?
Mm-mm.
Not showing.
No.
All right, let me
No.
try it one more time.
Mine is showing right now my nervous system feels regulated, activated, low energy, or not sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
the poll is
poll.
That's the
not,
regular slide.
That's not the right one.
the poll's not showing.
Yeah, hang on just a second. Let me try it one more time.
Okay.
You're testing us, aren't you, Alvin?
You know, if I was, I would be
Okay.
silly. There we go. Okay, is it showing?
Not yet.
Not
All
yet.
right, I tried to relaunch the poll. I am sorry, Pam.
That's all right.
Let me try it one more time.
Okay.
There.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it blinked off.
That's just sharing the results, though. It's not letting y'all answer, is it?
Okay, let's see. All right, it's okay. So, we could, you want to just move on now, or
Let me try it one more time.
sure.
There we go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Hey, thank you all for your patience. I'm so sorry.
Ta-da.
Of course.
I still don't see it.
Oh,
Like the
there
results.
Mine is up. I got it.
are
Yeah,
people who are
it'll
answering
it
it,
should
so
come
it's
through
out there for
now.
some of y'all.
I was able to.
All right, thank you. I will tell you that my answer to this poll changed while all this was going on.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I'm a little activated just because of
Yeah.
this right now. We have to be truthful.
Yes, absolutely. And I will share the results. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Mhm.
yay.
Yes.
It says that 42% of y'all are regulated, 32 feel activated, 21% are low energy, and others are not sure. So I will stop that. There we go. Thank you, Pam.
Hmm. So whatever, just notice. There's no shame in any of these. It's just information, right? No shame, no judgment, just information. Why does this matter, what we're doing here? Regulation precedes reflection. If the nervous system is activated, access to reasoning narrows. This is biology. This is not character flaws. This is our biology. And when we understand this, culture shifts from judgment to capacity building. Think how it feels when you're in a no judgment zone versus when you feel that you're being judged. This is our biology. This is not a character flaw. In supervision, if someone feels attacked, they cannot reflect. If a leader feels disrespected, they cannot reflect. They can only defend. But once regulated, curiosity returns and learning becomes possible. If the nervous system is activated, access to reflection narrows. Access to reasoning narrows. But regulation restores access, restores curiosity. So our state drives the story. Our state drives our perception of what's happening. We cannot think clearly when we feel unsafe. Safety first, reflection second. Your nervous system state determines the story you tell about what is happening. And the culture of care, the culture of the environment that we work, the culture of a meeting, a culture of a big event is shaped by nervous systems. The culture of an organization is shaped by nervous systems, which is you and me and everybody else that belongs to that organization. The culture is shaped. the basic brain science that we're going to talk about is stuff concepts that you probably are, most of us are aware of, at least some point have been exposed to this. And the survival brain is fast, protective, reactive, anger, anxiety, fear, and there's not a lot of thinking. And then the thinking brain is reflective, relational, reasoning. So when we're dysregulated, survival leads. That is the science. And it's not failure. It is by design. It is by design. And I wanted you to think about how this applies to your workforce, to our every single day. When the survival brain leads, meetings escalate, supervision feels very personal, emails get sharp, and burnout increases. The body, when we are in survival mode, the body and the cortisol is pressed and every organ is affected, including the brain. Every single organ is affected by that cortisol. And it affects on how we lead and how those that are supervising us lead. And if survival is leading, the tone sharpens and the flexibility drops. And leaders who regulate first shape the culture. And the cool thing is that your nervous system is contagious. This is science as well. Your nervous system is contagious. There's science about if you smile at somebody, and even if they do not smile back at you, their brain registers the smile. So they get a dopamine hit, even though they might be, and they're just, no, I'm not going to smile at you today. So this is science. It is contagious. This is the resiliency zone, and we have a dance that we do to this. So you can, everybody go, the resiliency zone, resiliency zone. Everybody do the resiliency zone. Okay, Al is doing it now. Cool. That's a good way to get off a little bit of your energy. Get back into your body, a little dancing. I love dancing. So the goal is not calm. The goal is flexibility and return. This is important. The goal is not, I'm calm all the time. I'm calm all the time. No, that is not the goal. That's not realistic. That is not how human nature is. We are not robots. We are not Chat GPT. Al and I were talking about before y'all came on about curling. And so I had to ask the chat, GPT, what is curling and how does this work? But it's very calming, curling. We were talking about how it really is calming, especially if you turn off your volume and you can just, it's just like, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, wow, and seeing that rock go down the ice. It's just, it's lovely. So, um, so here we have the resiliency zone. So the high zone is the anxiety, the urgency, the reactivity. And that's where you're going to find the fear. You're going to find the anger. It's good. That's where it's the fast, the reactive. Um, and then in the low zone, you have the shutdown, the numb, the exhausted, the burnout. It can lead to the burnout. And in the middle, you've got the resiliency zone. And our goal is that we are increasing the capacity so that we are not thrown off out of our zone as quickly and not activated as quickly. So you'll find that you're present in the meeting. You're not thinking about what you need to do after, what you did before. You're right here. It increases the capacity and it increases choice. It is actually regaining choice um, when I am in my zone because I have the capacity to think. I have the capacity that my wise mind is engaged. And then it grows your leadership and you're not hurting yourself or others. Okay. If we make the goal to calm, if we say calm is the goal, then people feel like they are failing when activated. And leaders think that they must suppress emotion. Activation becomes bad. High energy leadership gets pathologized, but activation is normal. Activation is normal. Highs and lows are a part of being human. And what the real goal is to notice the activation, avoid escalation, return to your center, and restore choice. And that's really flexibility. That's resilience. That's capacity. That's growing. That's leadership. We're not trying to eliminate activation. We are building on the ability to return. A regulated leader is not someone who is calm all the time. It is someone who can notice when they leave their zone, does not escalate publicly, repairs quickly, and returns intentionally. And most of us have learned that we need to repair. If we go out of our zone and we have hurt ourselves or others, which if we're out of our zone, it's definitely possible that we're going to hurt ourselves or others, then we need to, as quickly as we can, come back and repair. I was out. I was out of my zone and I want to make amends and repair what's needed. And that is where the power is. The power is not that I am right all the time. If we maintain that we are right all the time, we are creating bricks that we are placing ourselves and separating ourselves from others. And you might be right, and you might be right. You might think you're right, and then you're going to be right all by yourself, right all alone. But when we admit that we're human and that, yeah, we bounced out, yes, I want to make repairs. And then we can build our departments. We can build our bigger organization. We can build our bigger community. We can sustain and heal our organizations, our communities, our families, really heal because we admit that we're human and we make restitution for any wrongs that we've done. And that's where power is. That's sustainability. That's culture change. And that changes how we show up to care for those that are coming to us. All right, we got poll number 2.
You're a very brave person, Pam. Thank you.
I know I am. I am. I'm brave.
You are. Let's try launching poll number 2. And I am gonna relaunch. I am going to continue, and there we go. Is that the correct one, Pam?
That is. You're
Yay.
doing great. You're doing great. Yes, yes. Boop, boop.
Woo.
Oh, okay. I got to do it too.
Here they come. I see that about 85, almost 100 of you have already responded. So let's see if we can get that number up there a little bit. We're at 147 right now. Such a good turnout today. Thank you all for being here.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Anybody else? I'm going to end the poll now and share it. It says that when I leave my work zone, 26% people say they talk more. 51% say that they shut down. 12% say that they try to fix, and 12% say that they try to people please. I'm going to stop sharing.
And these are just awarenesses. There's no judgment. It's just aware. Aware. I had an experience recently where I completely shut down. Completely shut down. And sometimes you'll hear this, fight or flight, freeze or fawn. And I shut down and actually went into fawn. And it was so interesting to watch. And then once I regulated, I realized what I had done. And I wanted to judge myself for that. But what I know is that my brain says I can't take anymore. This needs to shut off. This needs to shut off. And so that is why we fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And what we can do is notice, okay, when I'm feeling something, rather than shutting down, rather than talking more, rather than fixing, rather than people pleasing, can I pause for 5 seconds? Can I pause for 5 seconds? And we're going to go into the resiliency pause. So the resiliency pause is a brief interruption between activation and action. If you paused before correcting someone, what might change? Or if you noticed and normalized your own activation before responding in supervision, how might your tone shift?
It'd probably be a lot calmer.
Yeah. Exactly.
A lot more rational, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Crystal, exactly.
Your
I
response
agree
would
with
be
that.
different. Your response would always be different as well.
You wouldn't be
Exactly.
in cortisol and that flat fight or flee mode,
I
Right.
agree with that. I'll be more calmer.
which shuts
Right.
down the logic brain in the front.
Right. And then I'm also able to hear their response versus just trying to get across what I want to get across.
Yes. We're not, if we are in an activated state, we do not hear other people. We do not hear other people. And yeah, anybody else, how might that change your response?
I think if you listen to understand and not listen to respond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
You may engage more than you normally would. By that I mean you have a tendency to be present instead of being in another place with a solution before you even hear the question.
Right. Right, Cosby. Yes. It
Also,
restores choice.
also it does not cause injury. A lot of
Exactly,
times
Chris.
it causes injury. So if I pause for a minute, then that give me time to really actually come out of that activating zone, and then it gives me an opportunity to not to injure. Because if I'm activated, that's gonna cause all kind of things, and that's the last thing I want to do is to injure.
Exactly, Chris. And that's where what I was just talking about previous to this slide. If we are activated and we do aren't able to come back and we do harm others, then we need to practice the repair, right? And it's so great when we can, if we don't get, and we catch ourselves and we're able to choose, then we do just that, Chris. We are able to serve people, not hurt people. But everything we're doing here, I want you to see in the resiliency pause is notice first, I am activated, okay? And then to say, okay, let me name it. Let me actually name this. Name it. So I feel my heart racing because something someone has said to me feels very personal in supervision, for example. And then normalize it because you aren't bad. I am not bad because I'm activated. These are just these are normal reactions that I can feel, I can notice, I can name, and then I can choose. Okay, so
And
what we're going to do,
in the chat, Christy Brown has said that my shutdown is more like self-reflection to come out of um, work mode and into wellness and parent mode. I work on not listening to respond. And she says that my healthy boundaries are very strong for self-care purposes because it's important.
mhm. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a live practice. And what I want you to do is to think about a recent activating moment. Okay. Nothing dramatic, just subtle awareness. And I want you to just pause, place both feet on the floor, feel your back supported. You don't have to close your eyes, just soften your focus. And notice what's happening in your body right now. Not your thoughts, your body. Temperature, tension, breath. Now, if you had to name your state, high, low, somewhere in the middle, just name it silently. Whatever state that you were in, normalize. Whatever state you're in makes sense. Of course, your system responds to workload, to conflict, to responsibility. Nothing is wrong. Now choose. From this awareness, what would a regulated response look like in your next supervision session? In your next encounter with sitting with a peer who has come to you for your services? Not perfect, just slightly more intentional. Take one steady breath in and a longer breath out. This is the pause. It can take less than a minute, but it changes tone, it changes culture, and it changes outcome. This is not dramatic work. It is subtle and it is powerful. Poll number 3.
All right, just a second. There you go. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
I see people responding to it. After this pause, I feel more settled, the same, still activated, or sleepy. Yeah, already, yeah, already 90 of you have responded. This is great. Still coming in. I'll give you another second or two. And I will stop it now and end the poll and share the results. So it says that of the 108 people who responded, 73% feel more settled after doing that. 6% say they're still activated, 11% say they are sleepy, and 12% say they feel about the same as before the activity started.
So whatever that you felt, it is great. It is information. It is information. And just to let you know, sometimes activation, when we regulate, we can feel a little sleepy. it's rest and digest, and that's okay. And sometimes people yawn, sometimes people burp, and that's all okay. Whatever it is that you're feeling, whatever it is you notice after the pause, it's information. And not everything works every time. So we can try if this did not you still feel activated, there might be other ways that you can use to help your body get back into a regulated state. And just a couple of people, what helps you? I know that this breathing obviously helped, and slowing down helped a lot of people. But what are some of the other ways that you might use if you were in a meeting or and felt activated? April? Right, you're muted, April.
April, you are muted.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, now.
So meditation, just reflection on what is making me activated. Just stop and pause. If I'm able to take a walk, that's amazing. If I'm able to just get up and stretch and release some of that energy, that's amazing. But yeah, those are some of the grounding techniques.
Thank you, April. Jennifer, you're muted still.
Sorry, I was trying.
That's okay.
Can you see me now? Okay.
Yeah.
I've been using some like eye gazing techniques, like moving your eyes all the way one way for a certain amount of time and then the other. And it helps reset the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's really helpful for me.
That's awesome, Jennifer. Thank you. Yeah.
So Pam, in the chat,
Angela.
Janine Brown
And
says that she will pause and count backwards.
yes, that's a great one. We also did some of, looking around, naming stuff in your environment silently can do that as well. Okay, so I said Angela, but it's Angel. How do you say and
Angelica?
Angelica?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Sorry.
oh, no worries. And it's very similar to what you just said, Pamela, where what are three things you can see, two things you can hear, and one thing you can smell. And yeah, I love using the senses to kind of bring it back in.
I love that. Yes, yes. Bringing our senses in. And I even touch my body. I'll rub my heart. I'll tap on my body. Yes. Thank you. Okay, one more, Chandra.
What helps me get activated and kind of bring myself back in. I work with a client and I step off, say, could you please give me a moment? And I'll step off and I'll pray and say the serenity prayer. Take a deep breath and come back and then re-engage in whatever I'm doing. I'm able to approach it in a different way. Yeah, that's how.
I love that. I
And,
love
and
that.
Pamela, I like that artist Mathis says that he talks to himself with a little chuckle after that.
Oh my goodness, I talk to myself all the time.
That means that I am aware. I'm aware. I'm not just letting the trauma response take over for me, the activated response take over for me. Everything that you all have said means that I am in my body. I am looking at. I am naming it. And then I'm able to do a practice that helps me to get back in my body. Thank you for sharing those. All right, now, okay. Storytelling and regulation. This is so important in what we do. We are hired to, and we are accepted into the CARES program and into the CPS MH program because of lived experience. Our stories help to connect. However, they activate the nervous system. Stories activate the nervous system. Are they? Are you sharing insights? Because insights helps to integrate. Insights help us to integrate. Um, and so we want them to heal. We want to help heal. We do not want to reactivate or flood. And sometimes I know that if you're in this working in this field, you can get activated by others sharing their story. It could be a keynote speaker. It could be a person in front of you, a peer. It can happen. It can be you sharing, and you're the one that's activating and not realizing it. This is super important. This is super important. Um, and some of the questions that I want you to ask yourself: Am I am I in the zone? Am I in my zone when I am sharing? What is my intention here? And what does the room that I'm in need right now? And this is all about being within your body, noticing what's going on with yourself. And today we're going to be sharing insights. We're not reliving experiences. Okay. Today we're sharing insights. And before we begin sharing, I want to set up a clear container. Okay. An insight is the learning, not the full narrative, not the details. If you notice activation while you're sharing, that's information. And we'll just slow it down. And if I gently interrupt you, it's not to silence you, it's to protect your nervous system and mine and the room. And we are practicing integration, not processing trauma. Some of the things that we can use, if as a CPS, as a CARES, and someone starts escalating, you can say, let's slow that down. What insight are you noticing? And what is the takeaway? What is your takeaway? And what are you aware of in your body right now? And we can even say, when we're leading a room, that we can say, if someone and you're needing to close with someone shared, you can say, thank you. Let's hold on. Let's hold the rest and focus on what you have learned. Insight is the metabolized story. If we're still highly charged, we are not there yet. And as leaders, how we contain stories shapes the culture. We are sharing insights, not intensity. when sharing, what do you notice? What did you learn? What do I do differently? And we learned this in CARES. You know, it's like what's right, what are we working on, and what keeps you hopeful? That is insight. They have role modeled that for us over and over in Georgia Council. That is insight. That is not intensity. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just take a few minutes, and I want you to answer the question on the slide, which is what story from work is still activating me? Still activates me. And so we're just going to take some silent time right now, and I want you to just reflect. I'm going to give you a few minutes, and we're going to reflect. And then afterwards, a few of you who would like to share, we want you to share one insight. One insight. And so we're just going to take this time right now for you to reflect. And I'll set a clock for 2 minutes. You can think about this. You can write if you'd like.
Pam, is this the work we do every day or the work we're doing now?
From the work that you're doing every day, you know, so is there something that still activates you? Anything really. It could be from your, you know, from work, from your children, from your parent, whatever that activates you, you're still holding on to.
Okay.
Thank you.
Somebody else?
And that's it for me. Now, I do have recently tested, but they've only had one.
So Pamela, you're muted again. Pamela Hayner. Pamela, are you there? I think we've lost her, Pamela Iris.
I think so too. I don't know. I couldn't hear.
It was breaking up when
So
she was
maybe
talking.
write it
and
in
now
the chat, Pamela, if you have a question because we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, Pamela, I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Okay, sounds good. So we got about a minute left. Sorry, we had a second left. So sorry. Okay, so what we'd like to do now is, if you would like to share one insight, we would love to hear from you all.
I'm kind of confused on the insight, but what I can say is just knowing that some of the work that I do is effective. You know, when I visualize something and I put it into the physical, that's something that is satisfying and pleasing to myself. You know.
So Jonathan, can you mute? Because I couldn't hear Jason.
Sorry, let me go ahead and take care of that.
I'm sorry, Jason, would you repeat?
No, I said just I'm kind of confused on the inside, but what I can say is some of the work that I do, and when I see that it's effective and that it's helping people, my testimony, and my growth is a beautiful feeling for me, and it gives me the activation to want to continue this type of work that we're doing.
Okay, so the insight is what I have learned from this. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. So, one thing that could be in my the example, this would be sharing not in an insight. Is in sort of an activated way. I got called out in a meeting and I took it very personally and I just reacted. I just flipped out, you know. And that would be sharing something where something still from work that is still activating me. But if I share it with an insight, I could say, I noticed the other day that I was activated. And what I want to work on now is not taking things so personally and and I realized that in the activated state, that's where I take things personally. So if I can do the resiliency pause, I'm going to practice the resiliency pause so that I can respond and choose. So that would
Okay,
be the
okay, yeah.
insight, but it's about the same story, right?
Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
we're
more
going to
clear.
go ahead, Jason.
Well, I see what you're saying. It's more clear for me now.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you for, it's always great to say we don't get it, so I can explain things if we need to. So we're going to go Simone, Lauren, Drew, then Shauna.
And Pamela, just to give you the time cue, it is 12:30.
Okay, and we go till 1?
One. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Heck yeah, we're on time.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
For me, you kind of answered it with yours. Is for me, sitting here and recognizing how much I have been responding lately, being activated, and how necessary this tool is, because then I have to end up going back and say, that's not what I meant, or I end up being more like you said, taking it personal versus being professional with it and knowing that I'm a peer versus what do you mean with that? What is your real intention? And that has me in that defense mode versus being in a compassionate empathy and all the other, great qualities that we exercise. And then the other one is for me with that is I noticed too, like I shut down because I'm dealing with over 20 clients in and out between the course of a day. And then when I get home, I have a aging mother who then at 9 or 10 at night want me to caretake her. And sometimes that's just with conversation and I don't want to talk. So I'll be like, hey, I got 10 minutes. What do you need in this 10 minutes? Because now I'm feeling like nobody, like I have nowhere to go. So this pausing is really, good. I remember I was on fire last year when I came to this workshop. So going over this again, I can see that I'll be back in the solution, my pausing, how effective this really is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lauren.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so the mindfulness and the pausing when I am feeling overscheduled, when I'm focusing on what is wrong versus not what's right, I'm staying in the problem. I definitely can get those emails and want to respond right away and take it really sharp. I've noticed that.
Yes.
So pausing, maybe asking to revisit it or take a moment, because if I'm under supervision with my supervisor, instead of looking how I can grow and develop my professionalism, I'm taking it as an attack and I'm not good enough, or even as far as imposter syndrome. And the longer I stay in this field, sometimes I feel the less that I know. the emails really stuck out to me, and it is a good reminder.
That is, I mean, like we saw, the reactivity when we're activated, we're going fast. We're going fast. We got to slow it down so we don't press send, then go, oh, dang it, why did I send that? That is, but thank you for sharing that, Lauren. All right, Drew.
Thank you. Great webinar.
Oh, yay. Yay, yay, yay. Drew.
Sorry about that. I forgot to unmute
That's
myself.
okay.
I chose something from the people I work with very quickly, and that I found that I need to spend a lot of time, as I like to say, listening to the stories. The shortest line between what I'll loosely refer to as truth or their experience as they understand it and themselves is in the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So, need to let the stories flow, even if I am time constrained. So thanks.
I would agree with that unless it's activating others. Wait, you're muted, Drew.
Sorry about that. I was referring to a one-on-one situation as opposed to a group setting.
Okay.
Even like I say, even if I'm time constrained at the end of my session, whatever it may be, it's important to understand the stories.
It definitely is. And it's okay for you to say, could we do a resiliency pause? I'm feeling a little activated. Would you like to? You can, if you'd like to, breathe with me or not, but I feel myself activated and I want to be present with you. And so if we start to not acknowledge that we're being activated, then we are not really present and we can't really hear, even though we could sit there and act like we're hearing. So and it humanizes. It humanizes. Yeah, thank you, Drew. Okay, we have Shauna and then Jennifer.
Hey, so I was thinking about something more along the lines of dealing with my own trauma so that I can better help others. And some insight that I got was that healing precedes forgiveness. So when I'm feeling activated in this area of my life, I need some more healing. And that's what I got.
Exactly. Well, and exactly. And so if there's something that's repeatedly coming up, then we have our own work to do. And what I say is, um, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What is this feeling trying to tell me? And it might mean that I need to do extra work outside exactly what you're saying on this for healing. But in the moment, what can I do? What can I do so that the trauma is not reacting for me? I can bring it back, do a resiliency pause, and get back to the reasoning brain, back to where I have choice. Thank you, Shauna.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Jennifer.
I actually just put it in the chat, but I'll read it anyway.
Okay.
I just said in treatment team, my coworkers were saying that a guy was BPD and that meant that he was going to be a huge a-hole the whole time that he was going to be there. And that all BPD people are just big a-holes. And I have that diagnosis, and I was hurt and furious, and I really didn't even know how to take it. I just shut down for the rest of the day. So I was activated, but I was activated in two different ways. I was furious, but I shut down. And I understand now that it was an opportunity to hear what other people like perceive certain diagnoses and be able to stand up for myself and others based on other people's I don't know what the right word is there, judgments or prejudices.
Perceptions or judgments, yeah.
Yeah.
Prejudices, yeah.
So maybe that, I mean, I hadn't even looked at that insight from this, I haven't even looked for the insight in that until just now. So that really kind of makes me change my view of it. But I definitely feel activated every time I hear people in powerful positions or doctors talking about people.
Yes. Yes, yes. Please write in the chat because we got to move along. But thank you all for sharing. We're going to move forward here. Okay, and so what's important is a reset after we share, because we have thought about activating things, and so we just want to reset just slightly. And so we're going to take this moment to reset together. If you're comfortable, place both feet on the floor. Let your back be supported. There's nothing to fix right now. Just notice. Notice your breathing. No need to change it yet. Just notice. Now just gently lengthen your exhale just a little, not dramatic. Slightly longer than out than in. Let your eyes softly look around the room. Notice 3 neutral things. Maybe a wall, a light, a chair, a plant. Just orient. Notice that you are here in this moment, in this room. Notice that you are safe enough. If anything came up during sharing, just acknowledge it. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to analyze it. Just notice. Now take one steady breath in and a longer breath out. Let your shoulders drop if they want to. And when you're ready, bring your attention back to us. This is how we close the loops intentionally. If CPSADs, CARES, practices daily, there is a culture shift. Supervision shifts, meetings stabilize, conflict softens, and burnout reduces. This is not inspiration. This is not one training. This is repetition. All right, we have our last and final poll. This month, I'm likely to implement resiliency pause and supervision, regulated storytelling, zone check-ins, or the resiliency personal daily pause.
There we go. I see that y'all are answering it, so thank you very much. We're up to 86 people already. Let's keep going. $107. It's a really good number. Thank you all for doing this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to end the poll at that point and share the results. Looks like 68% plan to implement the personal daily pause. 23% talk about the pause and resilience pause and supervision. 5% talk about regulated storytelling, and 5% also for zone check-ins in meetings. All right, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Picture of that, and we can go on.
Awesome.
There we go. That's gone now. You're not seeing it.
Not anymore.
All right, yay.
So the continuity of practice, regulation is not a one-time training. It is a repetition. This is where we practice. This is where we commit and dedicate to bettering the leaders that we are. Increasing the capacity is by regulating our own nervous system. This is new for most of us. It certainly was for me 2 years ago. This was just stuff I didn't know about. And I'm grateful, I'm really grateful. This is where we practice. And in just committing to one of those things in the next month, we don't have to do them all. We don't have to overwhelm ourselves. But if we can practice just one of those things, and I have an invitation for you all for being on this call. Resetwithpamela.com is where we do it's a 24/7 private place where you can come and practice regulation virtually. And we also have 2 live sessions. And I want to offer you, it's a free month. That's the code. If you go to Reset with Pamela, you join for the month and put in their free month. And then if you like it, then you can, and you want to, you can join us as a member. And we have 2 live meetings and the regulation 24/7 support. I also want to offer you, in March, we're doing the 6-hour training. We have the 90-minute training. We're going to be doing the 6-hour training 3 nights for 2 hours after the work day, 6 to 8 on the first 3 Thursdays in March. And to get $100 off of that is CPS 100. And that makes the training $50 for all of us CARES and CPS mental health. And then the last thing I'm very excited about tonight, we're having an informational meeting about the Reset Retreat. We're going to be going to Montana this summer. And tonight, at 7 p.m., we're going to have a Zoom about it. So if you're interested, curious, come tonight. My sister Donna's going to put it in the chat for you, the Zoom meeting and the number and the code. So ongoing support matters. Get the support that you need because so that we don't have to hold this alone. We don't have to hold the work that we are doing. And this work is regulating and dysregulating at the same time. And so we do not have to hold this alone. And it's so awesome to have people come together, community come together to practice. And what I want to tell you is you belong in this work. You belong here. You belong regulated. And I want to thank you for leading and thank you for what everyone is doing out there to help others, to help your communities, to help yourself. Because if we can regulate, this is how we sustain our recovery. This is how we sustain the culture of the behavioral health systems where we work. This is how we continue to improve the care that we are giving. Thank you all so much, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you, Pamela Iris. I was going to mention Artist Mathis put something in the chat about how he felt not heard by the clinical staff that he was working with in a meeting. Other people have talked about how their coworkers are activating.
Yeah.
And you know,
I mean,
that's inevitable, it seems, I think. Yeah.
well, and it absolutely, because not everybody knows what we know. Not everybody's been through the CARES or the CPS MH, and that maybe they're not in recovery, maybe they are in recovery. And all we need to do is get back into the zone when we're activated. Get back into the zone. And it takes 17 seconds for the cortisol to switch to dopamine. But people say, well, I couldn't switch it. Well, you know, if we start rethinking the story again, maybe the cortisol starts up again. But if we practice what the resiliency pause, if we practice looking for the intentionality of our storytelling, then we are going to shift. We're going to shift those meetings. We are going to be role modeling for the room. Wow, this person is, it caught themselves. This person said, "Excuse me, I did get out, but let me make repairs here." I mean, these things change the culture, and it helps us to increase our capacity. And when we increase our capacity, Al and everybody, we increase our enjoyment of life. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm here to thrive. I am here to thrive and have fun and help the people that I'm served, not harm, like someone said. I don't want to harm others.
And I'll say also, I learned this in my family first, Pamela Iris, that I could be the stabilizing force instead of just riding the wave or instead of adding to the chaos. That one stabilizing force can really change an entire situation. I think that's what you're talking about at work.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's contagious. Regulated nervous systems are contagious. There is science behind that. Regulated nervous system are contagious. And so this work, it really does make for a sustainable systems change, a sustainable community. Healing can happen when we are regulated. And then we teach people that come to us, we teach them these simple things. This isn't rocket science. This is not difficult. It is brain science, but these things can be taught. And I hope that you will teach out anything that you have learned here. Does anybody have
Absolutely. That's great. The other
anybody have
thing
any questions?
other thing I was gonna say is your 6-hour training does count for CEUs.
Yes.
With your $100 discount as a participant here, that means you're getting 6 CEUs for only $50.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's a great way to look at it, and add that to your Connect and your ethics training, and you'd have everything you need. But of course, we're assuming you want to train yourself to become the very best peer that you can, and that you'll need tons more CEUs as the year goes on.
Exactly.
But if you can know that you've got everything you need in April, oh wow, what a gift.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're doing it at night on Zoom, so that, people that are working can come 6 to 8.
You said those are Thursdays in March, right?
Yep, the first
first
3
three?
Thursdays in March.
All right.
You'll
Did
get
anyone
6
else have
hours
a
of
short
this.
question? We have 3 minutes left. can give you 3 minutes back in your day if you'd like.
Pam, is it possible for us to get a copy of these slides as a soft reminder of the different things we might want to try and practice?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna get,
Thank
I'm
y'all
glad
so
you brought that
much.
up. Yes, y'all gonna get a copy of a PDF of these. So yes,
Let me tell you,
absolutely.
this is really what I needed for the job that I'm doing. This is just perfect. I
Oh,
just
I'm
came
so
back from
glad.
surgery, neck surgery, and it's been overwhelming. Thank you so
Oh,
much. Yep.
you're welcome so much. I like your blue hair. Look at that. That's cute.
And the
Can
Northern
we
Lights
get
behind him too.
You know what? Instead of gray, I always wanted to look like Anderson Cooper. Instead of gray, I went cobalt light blue.
I love it. Anderson Cooper. I love it.
Pamela
Yes.
Iris, what's your website again? Is it
We
Reset
have
with
reset.
Pam?
I'll go back. Resetwithpamela.com is the community support section, but you can find everything there. And it's also Monarch Transformation Trainings, which you see on the bottom left, monarchtransformationtrainings.com. But you can get all of it through resetwithpamela.com.
And Karen
Karen
McLean
with
has
the
a
X.
question.
Hey,
Hey,
Pamela. I was just going to say, check your messages before you get out of here, girl. Check your messages on here,
on the chat.
You sent
on
her
the
a
chat.
private one?
Okay, I
Yes.
will. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well,
Hey,
thank you
Al, I
so
love you,
much.
Al.
Thank you
All
so much
right.
for coming, everybody.
I
Really,
think we're
really
good.
appreciate you all.
So you will get your certificate, like I said, toward the end, beginning of next week. I don't think I'll be able to get it out tomorrow because I'll be at the Connect. And I know that I will see a lot of y'all there too, which will be really good.
I didn't know if
Uh,
I've got to check to see if I signed up for this one. I don't remember.
well, we have 3 more. The other places that are signed that are in the pipeline are Commerce in May, Waycross in August, and Flowery Branch in November.
Okay,
Those are
Flowery Branch
all in
isn't too
different
far. In
So I'm gonna
all in
have to.
different CBHDD regions. So that's one way that
Right.
we'll make sure that we see as many different areas as we can. And thank you all for being here. Anything else,
Thank
Pamela?
you.
That's all for
Wonderful.
me. Love you guys so much. Take
Transformational.
care.
This is
Have a
really
blessed
great.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you. See some of
Thank you,
y'all
Pam.
tomorrow.
Thanks so
Thank you,
much,
Pam.
Pamela
Thank you.
Iris.
You're
See you
welcome.
guys at Connect.
Thank you. Okay. Have a
Bye,
Thank
good
you
day.
y'all. Have
all.
a